Happy birthday, Libra. Welcome back. You have Karmic Path out here as the first card that popped out for your spirit message, October 2025. Karmic Path has to do with hard, painful, challenging cycles. Feeling like you're in a cycle of repeat and not knowing where to get out of the cycle, where to get off of the roller coaster. You also have divinity out here, as well as meditate. And you also have past life out here. So this is incredibly spiritual. I do believe all readings are, but this feels especially spiritual for you, Libra, because this has something to do with purpose and your why for Earth School and what this all means in your life for the grand scheme of lovingly and beautifully unfolding your spirit and your soul. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm going to try to get some help from the Sacred Oracle booklet that has some explanations for these oracle messages. I love how they are written. And Libra, as I'm reading these messages to you, see if you can pay attention to any sights that pop into your mind, images that pop into your mind, colors, sounds, fragrance, anything that pops into your mind as I'm reading this, because that would be you activating your psychic ability right now so that you can discern what this meaning, what the meanings are and what this reading is about for you specifically, Libra. All right, so first we're going to start with Karmic Path out here, the number 8. And you know the number 8 often reminds us of prosperity, abundance. For those of you where you are working towards some entrepreneurial project, it's a good number for you that lets you know that it's time, that you're on track. So allow that to resonate how it may. For Karmic Path, I'll hold this card up again. It says karmic lessons, learning experience, hard work, perseverance, and structure. A new and valuable lesson is available to you at this time. This moment requires your due diligence. Pay attention to what is being presented to you. Have you been down this road before? Our souls come to this earth school to learn valuable lessons as beings and for the planet. What are you being taught right now is the question. This moment may require hard work, but it will have many long-lasting rewards. You are not being punished, thank goodness, but are gaining tools and experience for living that will be with you for the rest of your life. Drawing this card also tells you that the foundation of what you are building is strong and is part of your legacy. So in life, we have these things that tend to happen that feels like it's pressurizing us, and it can start to feel like life is ejecting us. And sometimes it is a sign that we are a part of some type of karmic path and we're trying to work it out, figure it out. And for some of you, I do feel like this has something to do with your business or something that you're wanting to step into, some type of entrepreneurial project, a dream that you've been having for a while, which is requiring you to step out on your own a little bit. And it hasn't been easy, maybe more hurdles than open road, right? And so this feels like this, especially for you, is a message to keep going and to trust the process, and that all of this is happening to shape you. I'm now going to go into divinity here and read what's coming up for divinity. It says, you are divine, and this message comes with a warning and a blessing. Drawing this card invites you to proceed with love over fear. No matter what your situation or relation, proceed only from a place of unconditional love, reverence, and understanding. Life is filled with choices. Make sure they are ones that respect all involved, including yourself. Meditate on this symbol when you want to connect with the unseen elemental beings for support. Now, you are guided, because when I was meditating on the energy, getting the oracle cards out here to kind of get the gravity of what this reading would be for you, what wanted to pop out but didn't fully pop out was the oracle message that says guides on it. And so similar to what divinity is saying is that you are protected, you are being guided in this thing that you're working on or wanting to do, this new lifestyle, this new habit, this new project potentially that you're trying to create and build that's been giving you some struggle and some challenge. It's been deposited within you for a reason. It's not just, you wanting to do some things. Sometimes you might doubt the depth of this calling that you have, but it feels like it's very real to you and it's here for a reason, so you're protected in it. And then you also, again, have meditate out here. Spirit is wanting you to ground yourself in this time because maybe it is feeling a little bit rough, a little bit rocky. And then again, as I said earlier, you have past life out here, and I have to show you the card that's beneath past life. I just really noticed what this card is, and it's affluence. Okay, so it just feels like there's a story unfolding for you, Libra, in terms of you progressing, following your truth, allowing guidance and spirit and source guide you. You're kind of into what I call that dirty pain, clean pain, where it's painful, it's challenging, a lot of discipline, but you know it's going to lead you to where you're trying to go. And it's kind of like the only way to get to where you're going is to go through all of these steps that you're going through. But let's take a look at past life here and see what it says here. The number 14, 5 is what that breaks down to in numerology. And you know the number 5 oftentimes in numerology feels like change. It's freedom, but the change feels tumultuous, hard, challenging. All right, so let's see here. Past life is where we are going. You are being drawn to sacred spaces, ancient knowledge, past lives, ancient wisdom, and holy gifts. As I read this, I got in my mind's eye, maybe you got this too, that it's time to take your dreams serious. And if you're not dreaming, this isn't for all of you, but sometimes when you're not dreaming at night, it's not that you're not dreaming, it's just that you're so exhausted, you're so tired, maybe so blocked up, got so many worries and things that you're, managing on your mind and your heart until you can't even think about your dreams right now. Almost like you can't really remember them because you have so much on your mind and your heart in your dream space. All right, let's get back to it. The connection to your current relationship or situation has deep roots and is perhaps much more than you may have anticipated. Dive into ancient wisdom for your answers at this time. Drawing this card can indicate past life connection, karmic contracts, vows, commitments, or even feelings of atonement. Draw another card if additional clarity, direction is needed. We'll do that in just a moment. You can meditate with the pyramid to access ancient magic, create sacred space, welcome informative galactic downloads from the universe, and encourage ascension for your body, mind, and spirit. My apologies there. I was getting a bit distracted. So when it comes to karmic path and past life, this situation that you're working through, it's here to, thank you, God, angel, spirit guides, Libra, make you so uncomfortable until you're willing to do something to change it around. That's what this feels like. God, angel, spirit guides, tell us more about what's happening for Libra, and then we'll also get some advice out here for you as well. If anyone is DMing you, messaging you, pretending to be me, friend, it is not. Please report and block them, all right? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. For my lovely Libra here, what is it that they're working through at this time? What are they working through at this time? Who are they in this energy? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Let's see here. Okay. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. What else? Okay. 5 of Swords popping out here, Libra. I'm not surprised by seeing that here because, again, as I said, the past life, 14, number 5, another 5 here. And so we're looking at change. Something is getting to be so uncomfortable, so ever present. You can't ignore or deny what this is until it's almost forcing you and pushing you into your light and into the change that you need to make. Now, a very specific message is coming through right now. Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. For some of you, there has been something that has been feeling chaotic, maybe some background sabotage that's been happening, someone doing something behind your back, maybe pretending to be your friend, but really it's been made clear to you. You are aware now that there has been some type of deceit happening, but it feels like you've just recently found out about this. You've been made aware. And when the 5 of Swords pops out in a reading, it's oftentimes someone who seems like they're on your team. Sometimes it's a boss, sometimes it's a friend, sometimes it's family, unfortunately. But someone who is in the background, maybe sharing your information with someone else, who's probably your opponent for whatever reason. Maybe you're in some type of legal battle, custody battle, you're beefing with your friends, you're trying to go after a job, and there's someone who's in your life kind of showing up as a mole almost, and going behind your back and sharing the pieces of you to help with you not winning, to help with some type of defeat, some type of battle. And so it kind of feels like that's what this is showing up as for you right now, what you're working through, especially with the 9 of Wands out here. This was flipped over, and I flipped it over, and it makes total sense now seeing this. The 9 of Wands is, you know, you really going through the battle, trying to keep your head held high, Libra, remembering who you are. And I say this oftentimes in my readings, and sometimes it just shows up. Libra, there's something about the way that you carry yourself. It's, you know, I'm not trying to be superficial or shallow, but it's your style, it's your personality, it's the way that you are. Like you have this thing about you. Like many of the people that we see as like celebrities and things like that are Libra people. Is something that I also notice. A lot of air sign people are in entertainment. We love to watch them and see them. We want to be like them. And so Libra, for you, it just kind of feels like, you know, this thing that you're going through, this cycle that feels like repeating cycles, or it's a little bit more challenging than it needs to. It's because you show up in this world as a natural light. You are a natural leader. You set trends. You are beauty for the world, and you're incredibly creative. And so you're working through that. But if you're not clear about what has been actually being the culprit behind some unnecessary challenges, unnecessary battles, if you have not found out, it's going to be coming out for you really soon here, because it's going to be revealed. The sun is here. The sun also is here always as a reminder that this time is going to pass. I love when the sun pops out in a reading, because for me as a reader, it always feels like Spirit, God is like, I got you. Like, you're not alone. Like, I see what's happening. I have my eye on this. I have my sun on this, right? And, you know, I think of that as, you know, traditional Christ and things like that. The sun is on this, watching this. We got you. For whoever that resonated with, maybe you needed to hear that. But you are going to be protected. Also with the 9 of Wands here, it is usually a sign that you are certain to be successful. If you keep your head up, like Pac say, Tupac, keep your head up. If you keep your head up and you keep going, you're going to be all right, because you have done the work. This is a part of the process. Nothing can get in the way of what you've been building and what you've been creating, because Libra, all you're trying to do is just show up being beautiful and trying to have your slice of the pie of life. You know, you're not trying to get in anybody's way. You're just doing your thing. And so if you keep your head up, following what it is that you need to do, especially when it comes to your divinity, your deeper purpose, meditating, getting clear about what you need to do, you're going to be fine. But you don't have to listen to me, Sean, here say it. I'll let the cards make it more clear. Let's get some advice out here for you, Libra. Guide, angel, spirit guides for my lovely Libra here. What advice do you have so they can continue to be successful and prosperous, so they can be in their protection, their understanding, their clarity, for their sense of safety, guide, angel, spirit guides. And again, their prosperity, so that they can greet their affluence, guide, angel, spirit guides. Feels like you have a promise for Libra right now, guide, angel, spirit guides. What is their part in this? Thank you, guide, angel, spirit guides. What do you want them to know? What do you want them to do? Let's see here, Libra. Thank you, guide, angel, spirit guides. Let's see. Advice. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Wow. You got it. Nothing can get in the way of this. Stay focused on your light, your intention. You know that you are deeply connected and protected, and Spirit wants you to know that. It's something about knowing that about who you are that's keeping you protected. You have a lot of creativity and passion. I'm probably speaking to someone who, you want to be a star. You're working on something, you have some gift, some talent, and you're trying to build that. And by you walking in this path and building your craft, you're going to be breaking some karmic cycles here, coming out of some past life cyclical thing that's not for you anymore, almost like literally changing your life trajectory, so that you can usher in and bring in this affluence that you desire and deserve. Deserve is really important here. It's not a coincidence that you're feeling excited, energized, passion, magnetism for what it is that you have going on right now. This feels like allow yourself to receive help, okay? Now, another thing that's coming through too, because it just feels like in this energy, Libra, the only thing you need to do is just allow. Just be in the spirit of allowing. You've been doing the work. There's nothing in your power to do, especially with people in the background showing up, hating, getting in the way. There's nothing you can do except for focus on moving forward. You cannot look back right now and try to pay attention to other people. There's too much beauty happening in your life and too much potential for you to focus on that. So this is kind of like just being in the flow of life. Spirit is giving onto you. There's also help here available. Now, I know that it's hard because you also have the 8 of Swords here, feeling locked in. You probably don't know where the help is going to come from so that you can kickstart what it is that you want to do, so that you can level up level in some way. But don't worry about that, okay? This kind of popped out sideways, and so it just feels like right now it's really important for you to see, to obviously to ground, to meditate, and to learn just about how much of this repeated cycle, and I'm seeing around this person here, this feels like a circle to me, like the circle of myths and lies about potential, right? It just feels like to get out of that thinking. Some of it is your own thinking. Okay, so Libra, be with me, hold on to me as I try to describe this. Some of what's in your way is you. Sure, there's always going to be a hater. That's just a sign that you're doing it right, okay? You can't really control that. That's just the life stuff. But for you, when it comes to just you, the thing that's going to support you right now is to get still, meditate, get with source, pull your own cards. I know you do sometime, right? At least I hope you do. And get an idea about how much of what feels like it's stopping you, confusing you, is your own programming about your limitations, self-limiting beliefs that are getting in the way. Because in this reading, Libra, and what I see about you and what I know about you especially from this reading, and just who you are in the astrological cosmic design of things, you are a light. Like you're really unstoppable. You're kind of like a prosperous energy. And so there's something getting in the way of blocking your sense of moving forward, this green light to move forward in the thing that you want to do in your career, in your purpose, in your love life, with your family, habits, changing of a lifestyle, reinventing yourself, whatever this thing is. You got to get up out of your own way, because whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. And I feel confident about this, Libra. I promise I'm going to close in just a moment. I feel confident about this because you also have the sun out here. And also, as you may know, Libra, the sun means you can do whatever it is that you want to do at any time. It's never too late. You're not too old. You're not in the wrong place in location and time. It's about knowing that in your nakedness, you have what it takes to do exactly what it is that you want to do. And then you also have more of the block. This is the thing that's keeping you from really seeing and believing. A lot of this is stuff that you have been taught to believe about what you can't do. And it's time to rip that out, to get rid of that, because they're all lies to keep you in a cycle of repeat. You're going somewhere. It's time for you to go somewhere else. That is the reading that I have for you. If you want, you can follow my personal TikTok. I'll throw it up here on the screen. It's just how to work through dysfunctional stuff, red flags, self-acceptance, radical self-love stuff, and some fun, silly stuff as well. I like to laugh, so some little dark humor stuff on there too. So check it out if you want to. If not, no worries. Hopefully I get to see you next week right here. I wish you well in this journey, and I believe in you. I see great things for you, Libra. All right, happy birthday. Take care. Bye.